Hello and welcome back to another update video. Today I'm going to show a interesting little item that I bought recently. It's a speed measurement device that you place next to your track, and it will give you the scale speed of your locos as they pass it. I've seen this item in several videos on YouTube recently, so I thought I'd see if I could find one, and I did, at a remarkably cheap price, I have to say, from a buyer in Spain. So very pleased with it. You can set this for any scale. Obviously I'm going to use it for N gauge, and as I said, this is just a temporary setup. I will fix it permanently to a piece of wood or something, so I can then place it next to the track. It's very simple. It just sends a signal from the device to the output here, and it then gives you the speed. And very useful if you want to set up the correct speeds for your locos. As you can see here, that's given me a reading of 78.4 kilometers per hour for that particular engine. And just another one here as well. When it goes past, we'll see what the reading is. I've only just started experimenting with it, so I need to play around with it a little bit more, and then spend some time and set up the correct speeds, etc. On my controller. Next, I have this engine that I again purchased recently, second-hand, a BR39. It was analog, so I've converted it to DCC. I had to cut away a bit of the coal load in the tender to fit the DCC. I haven't got around yet to making a little cover to put on top of that, but I'll be doing that shortly. Conversion was actually relatively simple, and very nice, smooth runner. And on this one, actually, as well, for the first time, I managed to get the lights working front and rear on the loco. On some of the conversions I've done, there's been limited space, certainly for the steam engines I've converted in the tender, and I've usually had to remove the bulb in the tender so it doesn't have working lights. But in this one, no issues whatsoever, so quite pleased with how this turned out. As you can see here in the pictures, the decoder sits right on top of the tender. As I said, once I cover that up and put some real coal over it, I think it's going to be a very nice looking loco. Here's another conversion that I'm working on, a little, as they say in Germany, a Gutertriebwagen. It's very small. Just first of all test fitted the decoder to make sure it was running, and as you see, quite successful. I then managed to wire up and also get the lights working on this one. The only issue I have with this particular loco is, it is a very short wheelbase, and the motor does not have any flywheel, so the track has to be very clean. That's just me switching the lights on and off, testing them. As I said, the track has to be very clean, otherwise the loco will stop. I'm actually not sure if I'm going to actually finalize that, but because as I said, it could be quite problematic. The other issue as well is also a purely cosmetic one. This requires, in real life, catenary system to operate, and this would only operate on branch lines, not on the main line. And on my layout, my branch line has no overhead wires, so it would look a little bit odd running around the layout. And I've got no plans to electrify my little branch line at all, because I do like it the way it is. So that's something I'll have to think about. But yeah, I think I will eventually keep it, and for possible future use. And finally, just a small running session here with one of my V200s, pulling a load of pipes, scrap metal, bars, etc. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that all of these are homemade, using just little bits and pieces of plastic that I had left over, tubes, etc., and just painted and weathered accordingly. For me, it's an easy and relatively cheap way of creating some interesting loads for the wagons, and a lot better than some of the loads that you can actually buy pre-made. I get a bit of satisfaction having made these myself. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully the next video will include some more running sessions, shots of the other locos that I have. And again, as always, if you have any comments, just leave them below. Happy to answer any questions. Thanks a lot. Bye for now. One thing I have noticed watching this video, as you've probably seen yourself, there is some light bleed coming from the front of the loco from the bulb. I'm going to have to mask that up a bit better. It's not really noticeable when you're watching from a distance, but in these close-up shots you can see it quite clearly, so I will deal with that. Again, thanks a lot for watching. Bye for now.